It's nice having you. I could see today was a beautiful day. You were recognized in different ways, different areas. This year we could see that you took about 4 steps. You became Sapphire Director. Within a pace of few months, you became 1 ruby, 2 ruby, and 3 ruby. That's about 4 steps in 1 year. One to three ruby. Wow, that's great. You didn't do 2 ruby at all. You moved from 1 to 3 ruby. Please tell us, how did you do it? How did you build your business? I told you build your business in Liberia. What happened to you? Why did you build business in Nigeria? Why did you move to Liberia? What did you face while building your business? And what's your advice to people who can be listening to you?
All right, thank you very much. My name is Marigold Evans. I'm from Abia State. I'm a Nigerian, full-fledged Nigerian. Before I joined this business, I came from poverty, from a very poor family. I finished secondary school 2007. I always believed that education was the only way, but it was unfortunate that many of my family members are educated, but they don't have money. Even my father, he went to Yabatech, he has an OND, HND, but he ended up riding Okada for over 10 years. So I learned from his experience and decided to go into business. Because Yoruba man one share no matter how many years you work as an employee, you can't succeed until you start your own business. So in 2010, I went into music. I auditioned for MTN Project Fame, 3 years. Six Talent Show, 2 years. Glow Nigeria Sings, 2 years. Nigerian Idols, 2 years. Destiny Child, making 11 auditions, I did not win. I went to studio to do my own song. At the end of the day, I did not make enough money. So I then decided, what else can I do to make money? I want to be wealthy. I don't want to end up in poverty. I went into internet business, online business, investing in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all kinds of businesses, M-commerce. I tried so many things, it wasn't working. At a point, I got frustrated. So frustrated, I started selling plantain chips. I started selling slippers. It got to a point I went to the hospital attempting to sell one of my kidneys because I got so tired that God, I don't want to live again if I don't make money. After 3 days dry fasting and prayer, somebody showed me this business by just a phone call. That's why distributors, follow up is very important. The person was calling me for about 2-3 weeks. Come to the seminar. I was not interested. But after constant calling, I came right here to Bagada, I attended the seminar, and I decided to register. For me to register, I didn't even have the money. I had to sell my phone, and I borrowed money to register. After I registered, they said I'll start selling products. I said, I don't want to get black. I don't want to start hawking products. But they told me if I can do it, within 1 to 2 years, my life will change. That's how I started. My first month in the business here in Lagos, I became a senior manager with 500 personal people. Nobody advised me. My second month, I had 806 people. My third month in the business, I had 2,100 people. I became a qualified senior manager. At that point, I started making money, around 20,000 naira. But they told me that in this company, I'll be a millionaire. And when you become a director, you start making more money. I became a director, I started making money. I became an emerald director, I started making more money. But as an emerald director in Lagos, for over 1 to 2 years in Lagos as an emerald director, I started facing challenges. And I told my wife that let us stretch out. There may be a better calling for me.
As a stretch out.
As a distributor, if something is not working for you, it's very good to examine yourself and your environment. You see, the story of Joseph. When Joseph was with his father, he had a dream, but nobody believed his dream. If Joseph did not leave his father and go to Egypt, he would never achieve his dream. Some of you are still with your father now. You have not yet gotten to your promised land, to your Egypt. You have to suffer first before you get to Egypt. Joseph had to be put in a pit, sold to slavery. He was betrayed by his own brothers. Prepare yourself for you to succeed. Even your family will go against you. The brothers of Joseph, all the brothers attempted to kill him. But he said, no, let us sell him to slavery. So don't be surprised you are doing your life, your family does not support you. Because the family of Joseph did not support him. So why will your own story be different? You cannot succeed and people will be liking you. Success comes with enemies. Joseph then went all the way to Potiphar's house. At the end of the day, they betrayed him again. They accused him wrongly of sleeping with Potiphar's wife. Then he was thrown to jail for a crime he did not commit. adultery. At the end of the day, in jail for 2 years again. Do you know what it means to be in jail for 2 years for a crime you don't commit? It is in that jail, in the pit, in the middle of challenges, that is when Joseph actualized his destiny. He interpreted a dream that eventually led him to become a prime minister. My brother, my sister, for you to succeed, you have to face problem, and it's inside the depth of your problem that is when your victory is coming. You see, when I was facing challenges as an emerald director in Lagos, if not for that challenges, I wouldn't have gone to where I went to. I said, let us wake up. Should we go to Ilorin or should we go to Monrovia? He said, there's somebody that went to Liberia. She started selling a lot of products. Let us try Liberia. Is there a warehouse in Liberia?
You decided to go to Liberia.
We decided. Is there any warehouse in Liberia? No warehouse in Liberia. Then how will we get products? I told my wife, let's just go. We went from Lagos border to Seme, to Cotonou. We were just going by road.
Yourself and your wife?
Myself and my wife. We packed all our load. We were going by road. By the time we got to...
As in you relocated?
We relocated.
As in you decided not to look back?
Not to look back.
Wow.
We told we didn't even tell anybody. Nobody knew we were going. We said, let's go. When we got to Togo, for us to cross the border to get to Ghana, it was not easy. When we got to Ghana again, to cross to Cote d'Ivoire, you know, we met some swindlers that swindled us of our money. Instead of us to take the normal road, they swindled us. They took all our money. At the end of the day, they took us inside thick forests for us to cross the border. Inside that thick forest, soldiers were holding guns. Like, hey, what are you doing here? They searched me and my wife. They searched my wife in front of me to check if we have cocaine. I said, God, this place we are going, we will not die here. They said, why are you passing inside the bush? We said, this is where they say we should pass. We didn't know. Are you sure you're not carrying anything? We showed them our training and camera and fiber. They said, this is what we have, supplement, this is what we are selling. We didn't know we were supposed to pass this place. But the people that took our money, they said, this is the only way to pass. After the soldiers finished searching us, and there was nothing on us, nothing incriminating, no drugs, no cocaine, nothing. They allowed us to pass. By the time we got into Ivory Coast, there was no money on us again. All the swindlers took all our money. We had to start depending on the product that we had left. Wow. We had just 2 bottles of training with half bottle of training, 2.5 training.
Yourself
2
and your
cups,
wife?
Myself and my wife. 2 cups of training with half bottle. All the money gone. And we were stranded in Ivory Coast. It took us 6 days, 5 to 6 days before we could move from Nigeria to Liberia. Along the road, different problems. But in Ivory Coast, we had to start selling. Everybody was speaking French. And for us to speak French, it was a problem. Eventually, we sold our training for 20,000 cefas. We used that money to get to Danani. From Danani, we found ourselves in Liberia border, by border. When we got there, it was another problem. They said we should pay 150 US. They said we don't have 150 US. All we have is our products. We are medical personnel. When they saw our products, God used NEOLIFE products at the border of Liberia. All the custom officers that are supposed to take money from us, they started buying our products. They became our first customers. And they became our first customers. They said anything we want, we should tell them. Through our products, we started creating customers with them. And eventually, we got into Monrovia and we started building the business. And we started building it. We were building, attending seminar. The first seminar we had, only 3 guests came. And we had it in a classroom. 3 guests. And those 3 guests, some of them said, are you sure it's not these Nigerian people? It's scammers. Nobody registered. We had another seminar. We were having seminar upon seminar upon seminar. But as at August 2019, I registered my first distributor, a Liberian lady.
That's in August 2019.
August 2019. September, we grew to 4. There was no momentum because nobody believed in us. So the rate of registration was very low. But as at December, you know, my check in NEOLIFE, I was still an emirate director, but my check then became 103,000 as at December. By January, I took my first Sapphire step. By January...
That was January 2020.
January 2020, my check increased to about 150,000. By February, it kept increasing. By March, I became a Sapphire director, and NEOLIFE paid me 285,000 naira. At this point, there was more momentum. People started believing that yes, this business has come to stay. There was more people were joining. By July, I was still a Sapphire director, but NEOLIFE was paying me 771,000 as a Sapphire director by July. By September, I became a 1 ruby director. NEOLIFE paid me 1,408,000 naira as a 1 ruby director.
As a 1 ruby director.
After September,
that's with a large business in Liberia.
By October, I moved from 1 ruby within 1 month to 3 ruby director. NEOLIFE also paid me over 1 million plus.
Wow.
I never know what they call 2 ruby director. Today, I thank God Almighty, I'm a qualified, fully standard 3 ruby director in this business. As a 3 ruby director today, I ride my own car. My father doesn't have a car, but today I bought a Toyota Highlander that cost me 3.5 million naira cash. I ride it in Liberia.
In Liberia.
Today, I'm making payment for acres of land, not plots. Acres of land in Liberia. Just imagine.
So you are buying land in Liberia?
I'm buying land in Liberia. Acres of land, not plots of land. Today, I spend money, just my flight. I left Lagos by road. No money to enter Liberia. But today, for myself and my wife to come to Liberia, just for this conference, it cost us over 770,000, and I paid cash. Cash money for the flight ticket. One person to go and come is 373,000. And I paid cash for myself, my wife, and my baby. Today, everything has changed, courtesy of this business. If you can believe in yourself, and believe in your dream, and believe in God, and believe in NEOLIFE, there's nothing you can't achieve through this business.
Thank you very much. Now, one thing before you go, finally, your story is quite amazing, but I want you to shed light on this part. How were you getting your products when you got to Liberia?
For us to get our products, it was very difficult. Sometimes when we send for products in Lagos, we have to wait sometimes for 1-2 months before the products will arrive. Sometimes all our distributors do not have any product to sell till month end. For us to get products, it will get from Nigerian airports. When coronavirus came, it then became worse. For about 4 months, no products.
But you were still growing.
We were still growing, but no PV. So it became challenging. It became very challenging. But after the coronavirus, I put my team together. I said we are rebuilding. That is how, the story of Thomas Edison, when his factory burned down. And his factory burned down, and he looked at all his workers. They were saying, this man is about to run mad. His son came to him, Daddy, what do you think about this that happened to your factory? All your life work has burned down. And Thomas Edison looked at his son and said, my son, with a smile on his face, he said, we are rebuilding.
I said, we built it before. I will build it.
And after 21 days, he invented the phonograph. After the coronavirus, by June, July, the business cranked up. We had 200 registrations every month. New kit registrations, we were spreading. People were joining like wildfire. We rented an office. Our office rent today, just for the office in Liberia, is 2 million naira per month, per year. Every year, office rent, 2 million naira. And we had no money when we entered there. But today, through this business, we get constant supply of products. Now we have more products than distributors.
Thank you
All
very
thanks
much.
to God Almighty.
Thank you very much.
If I can do it, I don't see anybody that can sustain this company. It's not about education, it's not about age, it's not about race. I'm 29 years old. I was born July 18, 1991. I'm 29 years old, and I'm a 3 ruby director.
But there's a part of your story I want you to conclude. You were a student of NEOLIFE.
No, I was a student of IFE.
Okay, IFE.
Obafemi University, but I dropped out of school because of this business.
At what level?
I was a 100 level student of law, IFE.
Of law?
Yes.
And you dropped out?
I dropped out for
face
NEOLIFE.
this business?
To face NEOLIFE.
And you took the business to Liberia?
I took the business to my head and took it to Liberia.
Congratulations,
You see,
bro.
this business, you need total commitment. You see, half effort will not bring half results. It will bring no results.
Thank you very much.
So you need 100% commitment. I don't miss training. I don't miss any kind of training. Everything my leaders have taught me is in my head. If I'm sick, I'll go to training. So all I've learned from my leaders is what I used to train all my distributors. So if you're a distributor and missing training, you are taking yourself 2 years back. Because one word you can hear from your upline, from your leader, can help you build your business. Today, thank God Almighty, everything has changed. If it can change for me, God will do it for you. Commit yourself to your business. Focus. Do not think of any other business. If you are still depending on your mother or your father or your friend to support you with money for PV, don't take money from anybody for PV or for even if you are living with your parents, don't eat their food. Even if you don't sell and you are hungry, don't eat their food. Sell before you eat. Contribute to your family. There's no money for NEPA bill. Use your own money to pay NEPA bill. Let them see you are making money. Don't be dependent on people. You have to be independent. You see, people that succeed are not people that beg for food or depend on their parents for money or depend on their uncle to send them money. You have to be self-sustaining. Build your business to the point that I don't need to ask anybody for money before I survive. That is the mindset of an entrepreneur. You see, today, through this business, I'm the youngest in my family. But today, what I've achieved through this company, I remember some months ago, I think over a month now, one of my uncles that had been working before I was born called me that he has problem with the bank. He credited money from the bank and he has not paid back. I said, how much do you need? He said he needs 1.6 million. I said, no problem. I sent my uncle 600,000 instantly. Today, my own father was riding Okada many years. Today, I put my father on salary. Every month, I pay my father 120,000 naira. I said, Daddy, if I see you on Okada again, if I see you, every month 120. I'm married, my wife, she has her own family. I send my wife's parents 120,000 every month. So that's 240 for the two families every month, and I put it salary, because you're my parents. Today, even yesterday, I sent my father 300,000 just to work on a building project for himself. Everything has changed through NEOLIFE. You see, the secret to financial success is not about making money, but it's about building a team of people. You see, NEOLIFE products, NEOLIFE compensation plan, it just goes around, there's a principal factor that determines success. That principal factor is the team of people. Aliko Dangote has over 50,000 workers. Bill Gates has over 73,000 workers. What makes them more successful is not just the product, it's not just their business plan, but it's the amount of people they work with. You have to operate under a law of wealth.
Thank you very much.
The more people you work with, the more you succeed.
Thank you very much.
I believe that if you continue and persist, don't stop, you'll get to the top. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations once again.